This is a response video to Pockets of Genius on the topic of meditation. And first, I want to applaud you for your ability to have an open conversation if somebody's pointing out a downside to something that you're really passionate about. Um, what I said was meditation can be harmful. Everything can be harmful. And I'm just observing some aspects of meditation that I would question. And at the same time, meditation is extremely powerful. It is a tool that every single person on the planet should be aware of and use. And I mean, breathing is meditation. And none of us are breathing correctly. We're all in fight flight, and if you're in fight flight, then you tend to hold your breath. And when you tend to hold your breath, you're depriving every one of your cells of oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen to be able to make a good decision. So right now, if we just meditated on paying attention to our breathing, meditation would cure so much. And there's so many different levels of meditation. But here's something else. For the die-hard meditators, which I'm not, I can't get my brain to shut down like that. Um, I have a son that can. Genius to be able to shut your brain down at the snap of your fingers. This kid would you put his head on the pillow and he's sleeping instantly. And with me having sleeping problems, it's like, okay, how do you do that? And he's like, you just think black and you empty your mind and you fall asleep instantly. This kid has also been able to make a lot of shit happen, and he's not quite aware of the talent that he's capable of possessing. Because if you can shut your brain down like that, you have the power to create so fast. But because he's not connecting the dots, he's really stuck in the drama and not, this really isn't mainstream. We don't know enough about meditation to be able to teach somebody that, hey, here is your skill, this is what you're good at, here's how to use it. It's like we need an instruction book on every tool that can benefit us. Right now, we're at a stage of even discovering what tools are. And like meditation, it's a tool that we've discovered, but nothing to do with meditation has solved global problems. Monks have not solved any problems. Whatever it is they're doing, they still have not solved any global problems. They're still suffering. They're still in the same position they were prior to meditating. But so basically, what monks can do is, they've quieted themselves down. But what they've been doing is meditating on who they are and what experiences they are having. They're really going deep into the experiences that they're having, and the road that you go and take down to experience that, you're either going to recreate that same experience day in and day out, day in and day out, which is why it doesn't work for them, because their experience isn't changing because of the path that they're going down using this meditation tool. Now, if you meditate on what is the opposite of the experience I'm having, and you meditate and feel all that it takes to feel those experiences, and you really meditate, and because meditation is like controlling the drugstore of your mind, and the drugstore of your mind is what makes you pay attention or be aware or understand your universe. So if you took the path of meditating on something that you absolutely have no clue about, because after all, it's the problem that you're meditating on. You know, you only know inside and out the problem, but the solution is not up in your awareness. And in order for you to have a complaint about something, you have to know what's right. So you do know the answers, but you need to bring those answers from deep within who you are, which it's more of a soul thing. It's deep within your soul experience. It's not within your heart. It's not within your mind. It's within your genetics and everything that makes you who you are. And that's the experience that we're having. Now, some things that, like I say, everything that I've studied, I'm not an expert in all areas, but what I have observed is that every single thing that's important, all sciences are like a piece of the puzzle. And it's like half of those pieces of the puzzle are wrong. So half of those pieces of the puzzle are also correct. But every one of them are important. It's like every religion. Every religion is important, but every religion is totally wrong. But they're all important if you put the puzzle together. If you see what religion doesn't contradict other religions. You know, if you put all religions, all books together and say, well, this statement contradicts this, and you know, block out everything that contradicts itself within the wholeness of all of these Bibles, you'll see a completely different story, but a more truthful story, a story that kind of goes, oh, that makes a lot more sense. I get it. And that's where we all are with even meditation. Meditation is like going deep within the quantum world of self. Right, you know, you're going right to who you are in the body, in the mind, in the thought, where the thought comes from, um, and that path towards where thoughts originate from. That's very much the quantum world. That's the world that we don't know anything about. But with like vortex math, we're starting to understand our universe is more like a donut shape, where it's circular, but can also do like figure eights as it goes around this donut shape. And I'm perceiving that anytime that we go within the center of this universe or this donut hole, things speed up, and that's where we're headed, is going into, you know, and if you understand vortex math, it's like go and look at the Rodin coil and see that things start levitating when you're in that center, and all of that energy, it forces, you know, when you put an object through there, just take a look at the Rodin coil and see what happens when something goes in the middle of that coil. And that's what's happening with us. We are like a donut, and the earth is about to go within that center hole, and things start to change quite a bit. But we're going to, and what it's going to be appear like as we're going through there is a black hole. Now, anybody who's meditating, you're going within the timeline of self, sort of say, like if we want to understand kind of like time and meditation and really quieting down your thoughts and really getting in control of who you are, that is, you know, going down in one direction. And the opposite direction is like going out into the universal world. And for those that are meditating, you're very much going to see exactly the same thing. If it's a matter of what path you want to go down a spaceship and go out and study space and take the time, because that's what's out there in space, is the bigness of our experience. It's the time. Within the quantum world, everything happens fast. Within the bigness, it goes slower. So you can discover what's out there in the bigness, or you can go there a lot faster and do it through meditation, and you'll see exactly the same things. And um, there is a completely different dimension to our experience if you're really good at meditating. And there is no question, it's extremely serious stuff, and it can really make a major shift in our global experience. For me, I believe there are no mistakes, and the fact that I can't quiet my brain down tells me that that's the right thing to do. There are no mistakes. Everything that we've experienced so far, even though it's limited information about everything, there are no mistakes, because we needed to take that path down to find out how wrong something is and how right something is. So there are no mistakes. We're sort of like bumping up against the wall just trying to find the door, and you had to hit every aspect of that wall to be able to find that door. So it's all, everything is all good. But when I have to say something about meditation, for me, the power of meditating and focusing it on self and an intention within self. I am, been using water, intention water, to help focus my brain on meditating and constantly trying to keep myself in a meditative state. More so of paying attention to my breathing. My breathing will tell a lot about my experiences. I am always scared to death of somebody judging me. Look at what I'm doing. I'm going out there saying something's wrong about meditation, where there's so many people on the planet that love meditation. So if that ain't opening up the door to get a lot of criticism, it's like I'm asking for my biggest fear. So I had to be at one with, okay, if you can back up, if you can make a bold statement, and you have information to back up what your statement is, then what is it that I'm so scared of the conversation? A lot of it is the name calling. I don't appreciate the name calling while we're trying to rediscover something new. We're all looking for something new. I mean, something new means there's going to have to be a little bit wrong with something that we know already in order to be something new and improved type of thing. So, but this meditation and paying attention to my breathing has really calmed down a lot. I'm going to make this a two-part, because this definitely helped me out an awful lot.